about 15 hot minutes on this live. Man, I feel like I've been driving for 20 hours. I'm not going to be here long, and I'm here to speak, whether it's 121 or 81. So here it goes. I was talking about having gone to church today and still being on the topic of the word. And the one thing he's teaching about is having information and revelation, or information versus revelation. And a lot of times I think that we have a lot of information, but a lot of people don't have the revelation. And I think that because there's no revelation, which means a connection from God, a visitation, something that makes an impartation or impression upon your heart that only God can do, then we don't get the revelation. And that's why it's so easy for us to be caught in these churches that teach some kind of word, or teach a word that fits the narrative for that week, or for that need, for that month, or whatever the case may be. And there was a moment where he was talking about having a visitation from the Lord. And I always tell people, like, there's nothing anyone can say or do that can make me believe otherwise, because I know God is real. And it's because of those visitations that, he will give us. Some of us have, I think some of us have those visitations where he brings revelation and we don't really realize it. We think it's maybe our intuition, or it was a scary moment and this happened. It was so weird, But there's a thing that happens with God that, without a doubt, you will know. So therefore, you can't be moved or shaken or twisted any other way, because you've had that experience. And I think that when we have those types of experiences, when we have that intimate connection with God, when he really tap on you for real, a lot of people will stop seeking, like, even validation. There's a lot of people in this world that seek validation from man, when the only person's validation that matters is God. If you are in Christ, you have the greatest validation you could possibly have. But I think it falls into the thing of identity at that point. Once we learn our identity, then it won't really matter, what a person thinks, what people feel, what rubs them the wrong way, what I could do to make it better for that person, or whatever the case may be. We wouldn't seek those things if we had the fullness of God within our heart. And that's why it's so important for me, to have that revelation when I am studying the word. So that's why I say that's what he's teaching on right now in the word, and it is definitely refreshing to hear about the word at church, because a lot of times I see the church had a Tesla truck on stage last week. That ain't in the word. It's so much going on, and it's so many people seeking something, and they're just seeking, and there's a hole, there's a hole that needs to be filled, and because they haven't considered Jesus, then that hole remains open. We can buy ourselves all the things in the world, that hole will remain. We can make all the money we want in the world, that hole can remain. We can have all the friends, everybody could like us, we could be the most popular, and that hole will remain. You'll be constantly seeking. A lot of people, when they're seeking, what they do, turn to the bottle. they're seeking, they try to, try to make it feel complete, I think one of the biggest things that as human beings we do is we seek that in another person to feel or be complete. You have people that will absolutely die if they didn't have their significant other because they haven't found that peace that surpasses all understanding. They haven't found that peace that only God can give you. He's not going to come and be your peace, young lady. She's not going to be your peace, young man. There's a peace that no human can match at all. There is a peace that no human can match. But because I think by nature, we're just people that want to make things work. We want to make things go right for us. When in our reality, it's like there needs to be a surrenderance. Once you surrender, some people say get out of your own way. Some people say let go, let God. Yeah, once you surrender, then that way He's able to come in and work on your heart. Fulfill those things in your heart that you think needs validation when it really needs the love of God. If people had the love of God in their heart, we wouldn't see so much hate, particularly on here on YouTube. I try to stay in happy places here. I try to be a happy place, and I try to stay in happy places on here because it's like it drains you. It drains you. There's so much hate in the world than to have to, have our entertainment be overtaken by the same thing. But I just think a lot of people are seeking something that they can't touch, and they think it's, attention. They think it's in other people. They think it's in popularity. They think it's in money, and it's not. It's not. When you have that validation from God, you can be true to yourself. Your light isn't dim. Your light isn't compromised. There's a lot of people who carry and possess so much, but they're compromised, Their gifts aren't shining through because they're preoccupied with other things, or they're using that same gift for ill will, Some people are using their gifts for ill purposes. To each his or her and own. If that's what you choose for your life, then that's really none of my business. The only thing I'm saying is there is another way. That same makes you popular doing foul and malicious things. Just think how much more greater God will make you using that gift for Him. The devil gonna only let you go but so high before he slam you down. That's why you see so many people, 1 minute they up, the next minute they down. Now it's your turn to be up, and then you down. Like it's a vicious cycle. It don't stop. When that person that you're going at goes down, that's not a win for you. It's you're next, in a sense. If you are operating in a bad spirit. I guess it's easier said than done, but sometimes it's just like common courtesy. People don't have common kindness anymore. Like, to be mean takes a lot of energy. To be vicious and malicious takes a lot of energy. And the energy isn't good that it takes to project those things. If you're projecting bad energy, that's all it's going to attract to you is bad energy. And if you're somebody that think you got good energy and you mixing and dwelling and hanging around and dancing with dark energy, your energy ain't as good as you think. You're compromised. When God is in your heart, There's things that you can't stomach. There's things that you can't sit in the midst of. There's places that you can't go. There's things that you can't listen to. There's stuff you can't watch. If you're able to do all those, if you're able to just even sit in the midst of chaos and not feel conviction, it's time for a heart check. It's time for a heart check. You should either feel convicted or you should feel uncomfortable to the point where you can't stand there. Something should be pushing you out. Something should definitely be pushing you out. No, I don't know or not, but we hear it all the time. Oh, we're in the end times. I'm a person that believes that it's been the end times since the beginning of time. However, I don't know when the end time is coming. None of us do. But oh Lord, would you not want to be one that wasted your last moments? You know what I'm saying? Like, God, I mean, the first sermon in our series was "It's time to grow up." That is so fitting. It is definitely time to grow up. It's time for adults to step into maturity, to walk in a different way. We should be a little more in control of our flesh when we reach a certain age. Those of us who have chosen to try, try God. Because no one's perfect. It ain't easy to always stay in this precious good character and all that. But it's worth the try. It's worth it. It's better than succumbing to fight evil with evil. Walking in God's goodness doesn't make you weak, and it doesn't mean you can't fight back. It just means there's another way to fight. And when you recognize that way, you're more powerful than any wickedness, any darkness. See, we want to think we have power until we really know the power that we have. You ain't really got it. I can't believe I got to go to work. You ain't really got it. It's His power, His way, not mine. His will, not mine. For His glory, not mine. It's a whole bunch of selfish people out here who are living their life for themselves, to be grand or above or higher than, to tear down, to just cause havoc and be malicious. And that's the only words I can come up with, is malicious and vicious towards one another. You got dogs that carry bones, think they bone is valid when they've held on to the bone and then decide to drop it when they get upset. Where they do that at? If what indeed you carry was something foul that someone was doing and you held it until you had an art with them, you just as bad, if not worse. Because now you're turning around and using it as a weapon. I always say, when someone carries me a bone, this is what I say. Well, what did you say? Don't come tell me what DJ said. I don't want to know about that. I want to know what you said, because from my experience, when I'm in a conversation, it goes two ways. And if you were in that conversation saying, no, don't say that, don't do that, that ain't true, man, you ain't right for that, then shut your mouth. Y'all gonna be judged the exact same. So it don't make you big, It really don't. It actually makes you very suspicious. Makes you suspicious. Untrustworthy. Every day I have the thought, like, what can I be doing better? What is it that I'm doing right now that can send me straight to the pits of hell? I don't know if y'all think like that, but yeah, I do. Shoot, because I don't want to go to hell. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go to hell. I ain't trying to go to hell. I'm just kidding. Look, DJ, I was lost, man. I didn't know where I was. I was like, oh yeah, I won't be going to get cookies before work again. Cause they had me all the way over there, then had to come all the way back over here. That was a bad choice. I won't be doing that again. I had to get my cookies early in the day. In Springfield, they're eating their dogs, they're eating their cats. I heard that for real. I really did. You know, a lot of people think that Trump was lying and making fake news, but I know people personally on the ground in Springfield, Ohio, and said that is true. People are eating folks' pets. That's the problem. We don't believe stuff from people that we don't like, you know. Sometimes it might be worth a listen. Imagine those poor people whose pets has been a delicatessen to someone. It ain't funny, but that's crazy. Now I can't get that song out of my mouth. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cats, eat the cats. I am pulling into work with 3 minutes to spare. I'll never go to Insomnia Cookie before work again, or I have to leave a little bit earlier. That's like a 5:15 leave, not a 5:30. It did help that I got caught by a train twice. Once on the way to the cookie place and once on the way to the highway to get to work. So we'll give 5 minutes to that, but yeah, I have definitely leave like 5:15. Yeah, that's just my little spiel before I get up out of here. This was just a quick little live to finish up where I was going on the last live. Y'all can watch it and hit the like button. You know, watch time is watch time. But yeah, man, validation should already be found in God. So therefore, what they feel, what they speak, it don't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm validated by the greatest validator in the world, in the universe, the creator of it all. Forget what man talking about. What does God say? Forget what man think. What does God think? Because he's the only one that got a heaven or hell to put you in. I don't care what you feel about me. I want to know what God feels about me. And I know he loves me. He loves you too. I know he made me unique. He made me wonderful. He made me great. He made me perfect in his image. So really what anybody says, it shouldn't even matter. At this point, validate yourself. I don't need to know what you think about me. I need to know what God think about me and stand on it. Period. And get my shoes. Anyway, I hope this quick little live resonated with someone. I know it resonated with me. Because I wouldn't have been sharing it if it didn't. So having said all that, I pray God gives you peaceful sleep tonight, that you have good rest, that you wake up in the morning, have a good travels to work. I pray for your children's safety on the way to school, while they're at school and coming home from school, that no hurt, harm, or danger comes their way. And I pray that God just gives you wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and clarity in all things you do. And read your Bible. I love y'all. Bye.